Hello students, today topic is capacitors. We will study about capacitor, principle of capacitor and the capacitance of a parallel plate capacitor. So first topic is capacitor. A capacitor is a system of two conductors separated by an insulator. Let us suppose that there is a conductor having charge plus Q and potential V1. Another conductor having charge minus Q, potential V2. And they are separated by an insulating medium. The potential difference between the two conductors is B1 minus B2. Even a single conductor can be used as a capacitor by assuming that other conductor is at infinity. The conductor can be charged by connecting them to the two terminals of a battery. Here Q is the charge on the capacitor. This is the charge on one of the conductor. The total charge of the capacitor is plus Q minus Q, that is net charge is 0. Q is the charge on one conductor and total charge of the capacitor is 0. So net charge on a capacitor is 0. Charge Q on the capacitor is proportional to the potential difference between the plates. Q is directly proportional to V, or Q equal to CV, or we can say that C is equal to Q upon V. Here C is called proportionality constant, and this proportionality constant is called the capacitance of the capacitor. As we see from this formula, C equal to Q upon V, the capacitance C neither depends upon Q, neither depends upon V. C depends on shape of the conductor, size of the conductor, and nature of the medium between in which the conductor is placed. SI unit of capacitance is coulomb per volt, which is written as farad. 1 farad is equal to 1 coulomb upon 1 volt. This is a large unit on normal scale, so microfarad is used commonly. Practically we use the capacitors whose capacitance is in microfarad, because 1 farad is a very big value. The symbol of capacitor is this one. These are two conductors and these two are terminals. This is the symbol of capacitor of fixed capacitance, while the capacitor of variable capacitance is represented like this. Now as C is equal to Q upon V, so for large value of C, for a given value of charge, V is small. This means large amount of charge can be stored at a small value of V, that is potential difference, and this point is of practical importance. If potential difference is increased, that is, if we go on increasing the charge on the capacitor, then the potential difference becomes high, and due to this, high electric field is developed, which will ionize the medium surrounding the conductor. Positive and negative ions will be formed. The positive ions will move towards the negative plate and will neutralize at this plate, and negative ions will move towards the positive plate, hence neutralizing the charge. Or we can say that all charge will get leak into the surrounding. So high potential difference implies strong electric field around the conductor. Strong electric field can ionize the surrounding air and accelerate the charges so produced to oppositely charged plates, thereby neutralizing the charge on the capacitor. Hence, the charge on the capacitor leak away due to the reduction in insulating power of intervening medium. So all the charge will get leak into the surroundings. As we have seen, when the potential on the plates increases, then the medium will lose its insulating property and all the charge on the plates gets leaks to the surrounding. So the maximum electric field that a dielectric medium can bear without losing its insulating property is called dielectric strength. So for air, the value of this electric field is 3 into 10 raised to power 6 volt per meter. So if we separate the two plates or two conductors by 1 centimeter, the potential difference developed is 3 into 10 raised to power 4 volt, and this value is very high. So due to this high potential difference, all the charge will get leaked into the surrounding. So in order to store large amount of charge, the capacitance of the capacitor should be high, so that the potential difference and electric field do not exceed the breakdown limit. So the capacitance of the capacitor should be high. Now principle of capacitor. How a capacitor work? The capacitance of insulated conductor is increased considerably by bringing near it an uncharged conductor connected to earth. So how the capacitor can store charge, we will discuss its principle, how it works. Let us suppose that there is a conductor A which is given positive charge by connecting it to the positive terminal of the battery. Now this conductor can store charge up to a certain limit. When we further increase the charge, it will get leaked into the surrounding. So in order to increase its capacitance, we will place another conductor near it, that is B. Negative charge will induced on left side and positive on right side. This negative charge decreases the effect of positive charge, and this positive charge increases the effect of positive charge. So when B is placed near A, due to this negative charge, the effect of positive becomes less. It means we can give more charge to conductor A, its capacitance will slightly get increased. But if we eliminate this positive charge also on the right side of B, then its capacitance can be further increased. So in order to increase the capacitance of conductor A, we connect the conductor B to the earth. Due to this, the positive charge on the right side of B will flow to the ground. Hence, the capacitance of the capacitor get increased. So this is how the capacitor store the charge, or how its capacitance can be increased. Next is parallel plate capacitor. Parallel plate capacitor consists of two large plane parallel conducting plates separated by small distance. So this is the parallel plate capacitor having two plates. One is having positive charge density plus sigma, another is having negative charge density minus sigma. A is the area of the plate and D is the distance between the plate. The electric field inside the capacitor is equal to sigma upon epsilon naught, which is uniform. The capacitor stores the energy in the form of electric field, and outside these capacitors on both sides the electric field is 0. The two plates have charge plus q and minus q. Electric field is uniform, but for plates of finite area the electric field is not uniform. The electric field near the outer boundaries of the plates bends, field lines bends, and it will not be uniform. And this effect is called fringing of the field. But when the distance between the plate is very small as compared to the area, then this effect can be ignored. We assume that the electric field inside the capacitor is uniform. So the potential difference will be equal to E into D, and the electric field is sigma upon epsilon naught. Sigma is q upon A. So this is the value of V. The capacitance of parallel plate capacitor C is equal to q upon V, where V is equal to qd upon epsilon naught A. So C will come out to be epsilon naught A upon D. So this is the capacitance of a parallel plate capacitor. If medium between the plates of a capacitor is other than air or vacuum, then capacitance of the capacitor with dielectric in between the plates is given by Cm equal to epsilon A upon D. Here epsilon equal to K time epsilon naught, or we can write epsilon naught A upon D as C naught, that is the capacitance of a capacitor with air in between the plates. It means capacitance of a capacitor with medium in between the plate is equal to K time the capacitance of capacitor with air in between the plates, where K is called dielectric constant of the medium. Its value depends upon nature of the medium. K is equal to Cm upon C naught. So it may be defined as the ratio of capacitance of a capacitor with dielectric in between the plates to the capacitance of capacitor with air in between the plates. For vacuum, the value of this K is 1. For air, K is 1.0006. This is taken approximately equal to 1. For water, K equal to 81. And for all metals, K is equal to infinity. For latest videos, please subscribe my channel.